Welcome to the Starting Over podcast training series. I'm your host, Edward Shelton, aka Dark Logos, and this time what we're going to do is we're going to look at Blades, Claws, Fangs. Now, Blades, Claws, Fangs is quite interesting, mainly because it allows figures of lower value to crank out high damage value numbers. At the same time, Blades, Claws, Fangs can be the one element that makes a figure completely overpowered to a figure completely overcosted. So let's look at Blades, Claws, Fangs. Blaze Claws Fangs. When a character is given a close combat action, you may roll a d6. After making a successful attack roll, the result replaces this character's damage value. Then that damage value is locked. Okay, so pretty much how Blaze Claws Fangs works is that you roll, you make your attack, the attack is successful. Then you roll for Blaze Claws Fangs with 1d6. Once you roll that 1d6, whatever number shows up is how much damage is dealt. So you can have a figure dealing 1, 2, 6 damage. Now, here's where Blaze Claws Fangs becomes really awesome. If you look at a figure that has charge, you can use charge in Blaze Claws Fangs or flurry in Blaze Claws Fangs. Those two powers allow Blaze Claws Fangs to really shine. Now, when you have a figure that has, like, say, hypersonic speed in Blaze Claws Fangs, then there's not as great of a combo unless your special power allows you to use both. Okay? Now, what is the biggest advantage of Blaze Claws Fangs? Really, Blaze Claws Fangs on figures 60 points and under is just ridiculously strong. 60 to 100 points is sort of okay depending on the situation. Over 100 points, it's a waste. And you might say, well, Edward, I had this situation where I was able to do blah, blah, blah in combination of blah, 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 and I rolled 6 twice. That's really circumstantial. But how can we really look at something that when we're training to use it, how can we really emphasize on it? Now, unlike the movement powers where I say, just pack a whole bunch of it, what I want you to try to do is pack 2 figures with Blaze Claws Fangs. And I want you to make sure that both these figures have 2 things in particular that really is what you're looking for Blaze Claws Fangs. 10 or higher attack, okay? And have a base of 2 or less damage while they have Blaze Claws Fangs. Okay. Now note, you can have Close Combat Expert or whatever else on your dial with Blaze. That's fine. But the main thing is we're trying to look for figures that have a high attack, 10 or higher, and 2 base damage or less when they have blades. And I want you to play around with that. And here's what I want you to see. I want you to see, okay, was it worth me paying these amount of points for the results that I got? Is the random nature something that I liked? Ignore the fact of when you get a 1 or a 6. Those are your 2 extremes. You have to start looking at, in the average situation, could I get away with 2 damage replacement value or 3 damage replacement value or 4 damage replacement value? Those are really the numbers that you need to look at, okay? Then finally, you need to start asking yourself, with the average team that I go up against, how effective is Blaze Claws Fangs on a consistent basis? Okay? So as we really look at Blaze Claws Fangs allows us to do a high amount of damage, okay? And then once we do that high amount of damage, high amount of damage or low amount of damage, but we have the ability to get around the stat modification game and really boost the value of low-costed figures to mid-costed figures. Okay? All right. I want you to do a couple of games playing with Blaze Claws Fangs, and then once you're done doing that, let's move on to the next section.